Prevalence of drug use, the alarming rate of illicit drug trafficking and consumption continues to bite harder and keeps raising concerns. Now, the evolution of the complex illicit drug problem is clearly driven by a range of factors. Hard drugs such as cannabis, cocaine, heroin, amphetamine, ephedrine, and psychotropic substances, though mostly produced outside the country, are on high demand and abused by people of different class. Now, this ugly trend no doubt poses heinous threats to human lives, national development and security. However, experts are of the opinion that the nation's borders, which they say are porous, gives room for easy influx, movement and exit of drugs. But the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to combat this menace head-on. There has been consistent arrests and seizure of illicit drugs nationwide by the agency, but ensuring prosecution of offenders, sensitization against illicit drugs to the populace is critical. How successful is the WADA campaign, that is War Against Drug Abuse? What areas of collaboration has been successful between the NDLEA and other organizations, both locally and international? Well, on Weekend File today, our focus is on efforts by the NDLEA at checkmating the trafficking of illicit drugs on all fronts. Our correspondents have filed in reports from across the nation on this burning issue. Our guest is Mr. Samuel Gadzama, Director of Operations and General Investigation, NDLEA. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Weekend File. I'm Ruth Aguila. First, we'll begin with the news. The National Council on Establishment at the end of its 45th meeting has rejected the request for an upward review of retirement age for public servants to 40 years of service or 65 years of age. Haman Jabadi reports that this was part of the communique issued by the Council at the end of its meeting.
5 National Council on Establishments, which took place in Bauchi State, issued a 13-point communique, among which is the rejection of the upward review of retirement age, as it is contrary to national aspiration of renewal, youth empowerment and innovation. However, it noted that the option of contract appointment exists and should be explored where necessary to bridge skills gap as a result of retirement. The Council approved integration of National Skills Qualification Level 1 to 5 in Scheme of Service, professionalization of human resources practice in the public service, creation of Information and Public Relations Officer cadre structured Level 8 to 17, and Executive Officer Information and Public Relations cadre structured on grade Level 6 to 14 on the Scheme of Service. That the retreat for head of service to cross-fertilize ideas peer review will be held once a year in the first quarter. The Council also resolved that the Standing Committee should undertake a holistic evaluation of requests for enhanced entry points and report back at this 46th Council meeting. Council appreciated the renewed commitment of government to the welfare of civil servants and urged ministries, departments and agencies of government to be more proactive on training and welfare matters without waiting for the labor unions to champion the demands. The 46th National Council and Establishment meeting will be held in Oshogbo, Osun State in 2024. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
The Minister of State for Defense, Mohammed Bello Matole, says Nigerian Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, will explore technologies with NIANI of the U.S. in fighting terrorism and other forms of criminality in Nigeria. A statement by the Director of Public Relations, Henshaw Gubike, says the minister noted that the collaboration is centered on establishing assembling plants for the production of advanced military equipment to fight insecurity in Nigeria. The minister, who is on a working visit to the USA, had a tour of the NIANI company towards promoting innovative technologies to enhance the Nigerian military's efficiency. Similarly, the permanent secretary of the ministry, Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, is appealing to doctors and other health workers to remain in Nigeria and carry out their professional responsibility, adding that the federal government is committed to repositioning the health sector of the country. He made the appeal while at the opening ceremony of the Nigerian Medical Association National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. On the current Japa syndrome of Nigerian doctors and other health workers, Kana urged on his colleagues not to leave the country, stressing that the present government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to improving the health sector. We turn to legislative matters. The National Assembly has resolved to support federal government to declare a state of emergency on the use of illicit drugs and narcotics in Nigeria because of the negative effect to the society. This proclamation from the foundation of the Budget Defense Session of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency before the Joint Committee. Let's hear from National Assembly correspondent Joshua Ogunjide.
The Joint Committee of the two adult chambers affirmed that there is no greater challenge to security, peaceful and harmonious Nigerian society than drug abuse. Despite the non-release of the 2023 capital budget, the NDLEA is proposing an estimated appropriation of 49.9 billion naira for the 2024 fiscal year.
Commanders across all states of the Federation are battling with decaying infrastructure, lack of vehicles, lack of funds for intelligence, to enable them confront headlong the growing menace of illicit drug abuse and trafficking.
Arms and ammunition alone is 1 billion. How many arms and ammunition will that one purchase? I saw about 10 billion naira. How many barracks will you construct with that? You can even meet a minister of housing. Maybe he will be able to assist you. The welfare packages of the officers are very, very poor.
Don't rely on this severely, because if I ask you, how much are you going to give these guys when they are leaving? And I can tell you a single drug baron can multiply that 5 to 50 times for them.
Every state in Nigeria is supposed to have a rehabilitation center operated in charge 100% by NDLEA.
The commission has been turned around, and on our own part, we are doing our best to ensure that we support you.
Recall that the two chambers are currently legislating to ensure the passage of a bill to amend the act that established NDLEA, thereby transiting its control to the presidency. From the National Assembly, Joshua Ogunjide, NTA News.
Still on budget defense in its quest to walk the path of redesigning the outlook of Nigeria to the outside world, Nigeria is targeting annual revenue generation in millions of dollars, we hear, if the cultural potential of the creative industry is fully harnessed. This was the submission of the Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy while defending the proposed appropriation of the ministry for the year 2024. National Assembly correspondent Joshua Ogunjide again will tell us about this and other budget defense sessions.
With 67% budget performance of year 2023, the Senate Committee is interested in the roadmap, aspirations and projection for year 2024.
That figure should be separated to the different ministries: information and national orientation, culture, arts, culture and creative economy, and tourism. They should separate them and give them their own.
Defending the proposed 2024 budget estimate of 6.7 billion naira and revenue projection of 700 million naira, the Minister, Anatu Musawa, said the ministry is capable of promoting the arts and crafts industry through specialized exhibitions, expos and others.
This is really the roadmap. Like I said, it's the economic growth, it's about job creation, it's about capacity building, it's about repositioning Nigeria and so many other things that we can do in terms of harnessing the culture and creativity of Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the 10th National Assembly's Joint Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions held its maiden interactive session with the delegation of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
We would like you to explain to us as to how you want to balance your monetary policy stance.
Inflation pressures may persist in the short term, but is expected to decline in 2024. Exchange rate pressures are also expected to reduce significantly.
The deliberation also extends to issues bordering on economic development and growth, cash supply in the system, global crude oil prices, and strategies CBN is employing to salvage the situation. From the National Assembly, Joshua Ogukiri, NTA News.
We turn to other issues following the revoked licenses of 183 financial institutions by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has reimbursed 42,000 customers the insured sum of 1.7 billion naira, while requesting depositors yet to receive the insured sum to get verified in order to be paid. This was stated by the Managing Director, Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, Hassan Bello, at the 2023 NDIC Editors Forum held in Lagos. Amaka Owo reports.
The 2023 Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation NDIC Editors Forum, which began in 2011, is to foster collaboration between the NDIC and leadership of various media organizations in order to create deeper understanding of technical aspects of the corporation for overall stability in the financial system. The theme of the forum is stock-taking of deposit insurance practice, the past, evaluating the present, and forecasting the future. Managing Director of the NDIC, Hassan Bello, highlighted achievements of the corporation to include single customer view framework to make timely and accurate reimbursement to depositors.
We have reinvigorated our recovery efforts, which led to substantial recovery of debt owed to bank in liquidation, and that's why we are able to declare liquidation dividend for those banks. And also through the sensitization that we had with our lawyers that are representing us, they are able to win those cases in court.
Top media practitioners, including the Director of News, Nigerian Television Authority, Hajiya Halima Musa, say the interactive forum will place media reports and analysis of activities of the corporation in the right perspective.
If there is improved or better understanding of the NDIC, there will be a better reportage of its activities. You know they are very important in the financial industry because of the mandate that they have of assisting customers of banks, distressed banks that collapse in terms of recovery of their assets.
With this, the media will report in a way that will instill confidence in our audience.
The forum had two key presentations centered on the path of NDIC deposit insurance coverage and reimbursing depositors faster in Nigeria using single customer's view. The NDIC emerged overall best public institution among 404 ministries, departments and agencies in the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission ICPC 2023 Ethics and Compliance Scorecard. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Nigerian women are being encouraged to leverage social media for positive self-improvement and avail themselves of inherent opportunities that promote lifestyle changes to break the jinx of cultural and socio-economic impediments. This was at the Arewa Women in New Media Project launch in Abuja. Mina Daniels reports.
Barriers and making inroads into every facet of societal life and development for Arewa women is a driving theme and agenda of this assemblage. This event takes this agenda a notch higher with the launch of the Arewa Women in New Media Project, an initiative and pet project of RoarTV24.com.
Based on experience, I decided to carve out this pet project in order to help in grooming young girls in Arewa who are interested in journalism, who can leverage on the cyberspace to achieve a lot.
I aligned myself with this initiative because we are all women in journalism and we know the kind of struggle women are going throughout this job.
And with this outfit is about to, correct all these stereotype, ideas about women.
The event also doubled as a fundraiser and award ceremony for deserving stakeholders, one of whom is the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Today marks the inception of a remarkable journey, one that holds the promise of empowerment, inclusivity, and progress.
Arewa Women in New Media project is a sustainable development initiative, and the plan is to make this event a yearly venture. In Abuja, Mina Daniels, NTA.
President Bola Tinubu celebrates his friend and ally, former President Muhammadu Buhari, whom he described as an icon of truth, justice and patriotism on his 81st birthday. President Tinubu extols the fearless leadership credentials and feats of the former president, recalling his meritorious service to the nation at various times as head of state and as president. In a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, the president describes former President Buhari as the finest paradigm of sacrifice, devotion, patriotism and fidelity to the national cause, appreciating the former president for his friendship and vote of confidence shown through his stalwart support for the administration, while wishing the elder statesman longevity and strength. President Tinubu assures the former president that the hope of a prosperous, peaceful and progressive Nigeria, which he has always worked for, will not be dashed. We'll take a break now. We're back shortly. Please stay tuned.
For First Bank's Win Big promo, 170 million naira up for grabs. Open or reactivate your First Bank account, deposit and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for just 30 days, and the soft life begins. Transact up to 5 times on our digital channels, and guess what? You could be a lucky 100,000 naira winner each month. But wait, there's more. Deposit and maintain 50,000 naira each month for 4 months, or deposit 200,000 naira for 4 months, and you could stand a chance to win a whooping 1 million naira in the grand finale.
Don't miss your chance to win big with First Bank. This promo runs till February 23rd, 2024 and is open to new and existing account holders. Terms and conditions apply. Keep transacting, keep winning. You first. First Bank.
The ancient city of Bida is agog again. The Horse Racing Federation of Nigeria organizes the first President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's International Victory Horse Racing Derby, tagged Hope Renewed, at the Sultan Sa'ad Abubakar International Racecourse, Bida, Niger State. 12 coveted trophies are up for grabs: President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Cup, Vice President Kashim Shettima's Cup, Sultan Sa'ad Abubakar's Cup, Honorable Umar Bago's Cup, Oni of Ife's Cup, Oba of Benin's Cup, Edson Ope's Cup, Igwe Naimeka Achebe's Cup, and many more. Come and watch horse racers from Nigeria and 12 African countries compete at the first President Tinubu's International Victory Horse Racing Derby. For further inquiries, call 0706 734 1991. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Victory Horse Racing, reuniting Africa.
Announcer Alhaji Abubakar Mustafa Bida, Sarkindawa Kinube.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Milo! What are those people?
Haven't you heard of NDHS?
The National Population Commission, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health, will join other stakeholders to conduct the Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey.
Well, why do we need the NDHS?
The NDHS is a nationally representative survey designed to provide information on the demographic and health status of the population.
All this information the government is gathering is to help build our health sector.
2023 to 2024 NDHS, to be conducted in clusters of households in selected cities and villages of the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCTs. The interviewers will ask questions on the following: reproduction, fertility, fertility preferences, maternal and child health, HIV and AIDS, adult and child mortality, domestic violence, and other health issues.
Really?
Yes, now.
This information on the demographic and health status of the population will be used to formulate, implement, and evaluate programs in the health and social sectors. Once again, 2023 to 2024 NDHS will take place from December 2023 to April 2024.
Interesting.
NPC, providing data for national development.
I miss them. Will it feel like it used to? With everyone so busy these days.
It will be fine.
Suddenly, she passes right.
Clear lineup! Single file!
Grandpa, what was Grandma like?
She always found ways to bring us all together.
TerraCube is available in beef, chicken, jollof, and shrimp flavors at attractive prices of 50, 100, 200, and 500 naira.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
TerraCube is available in beef, chicken, jollof, and shrimp flavors at attractive prices of 50, 100, 200, and 500 naira.
TerraCube. Unwrap joy. Unleash taste.
Welcome back, and this is the part where we look at issues and checkmating illicit drug trafficking in Nigeria. But we'll start with our reports. The Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency has remained in the forefront of the fight against drug abuse and drug trafficking. And if there are changes being noticed, we have the Brigadier General Buba Marwa and his resilient team, of course, to thank. But while the streets may be drug-free, bottlenecks like availability of rehabilitation centers for drug addicts remains a clog in the slow but steadily grinding wheel of progress. Daniel Aderiye, in this background report, x-rays how the NDLEA has stayed winning in its fight despite the daunting challenges.
Eski, Rizla, Loud, or as the street calls it, Kulus. These are words that have slowly and sadly become a part of our society. But they aren't just words. They are street slangs used in describing drugs. But not just any drug, specifically narcotic drugs. Nigeria today is home to over 200 million people, 60% of which are youths under the age of 40. And of that number, at least 14.3 million youths are said to be indulged or involved in various forms of hard drugs. That's not all. 5 out of 10 youths are said to be addicted to drugs, and 2 out of 5 youths are women and girls between the ages of 12 and 30, all of whom are addicted to one form of drug or the other. In 2023 alone, the NDLEA has made arrests in at least 3 geopolitical zones, and week in, week out, NDLEA officials, either through raids or covert operations, have seized and impounded hard drugs like cannabis sativa, tramadol, codeine, loud, skunk, and others, all of which are in thousands of kilograms, estimated in several millions of naira in street value. Also, the NDLEA has not just only been able to clamp down on very notorious cartels and drug syndicates, but also ensured they were duly tried and convicted in line with the law. But as the saying goes, necessity is the mother of all inventions, and it was because of this, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, birthed the War Against Drug Abuse School Campaign Program initiative that cuts across all the 6 geopolitical zones of the Federation. The idea was to cut off from the root what might become an eventual forest. In summary, catch them young, but more importantly, help young teenagers and adults who are addicts find their way back and become productive members of society. And so Brigadier General Buba Marwa came up with the idea of setting up a 24/7 toll-free call center that allows people from all across the country to call and seek for help and treatment for drug addiction, including counseling after being sober. But no man is an island, like they say, and the NDLEA has always extended an arm of partnership with various agencies in government, NGOs, and even international bodies like the United Nations, all of whom have shown support in the fight against drug trafficking and abuse. While the war rages on, there remains a key issue, which is the fact that, despite the rise and surge in narcotics consumption, there are very few facilities available to tend and rehabilitate individuals back into society.
Well, in Lagos State, which is one of the hotspots for the trafficking of illicit drugs, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Lagos Command, is intensifying efforts we hear towards addressing the problem. Hingino John Adams reports that the agency is using one of its initiatives, known as War Against Drug Abuse, WADA, to rid the state of illicit drugs trafficking.
Lagos, the city of aquatic splendor, is strategically located. With a widespread coastal line, land borders, and ever-busy domestic and international airports, the state attracts businesses which contribute immensely to national revenue. But hidden behind this is the nagging problem of illicit drug businesses, as traffickers transport the substances through the sea, land, and airports.
This is a national emergency that every one of us should get involved. We must increase our awareness.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Lagos Command, has been on its toes to combat illicit drug trafficking in the state. This is evident in the several seizures the agency has been making, with street value of drugs seized in the last 1 year put at 500 billion naira.
We always fight in synergy with other security agencies, and we call all our collaborators when we bring the fight to everybody's doorstep. We make a headway together.
Interagency collaboration has also contributed to reducing the cases of illicit drug trafficking. Recent seizures by the Nigerian Navy and Customs are testaments to that.
The misuse and the illicit distribution of codeine-containing medications have given rise to grave security and public health concerns.
To record success in the fight against illicit drug trafficking, stakeholders believe everyone must be involved. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
All right, let's expand the discuss. We have in the studio the Director of Operations and General Investigation, NDLEA, Mr. Samuel Gadzama. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Gadzama.
Thank you, Ruth.
All right, we must commend the NDLEA, for efforts, in the fight against illicit drugs trafficking in the country. Now, we have seen the successes recorded so far, but tell us, how daunting has it been despite the success recorded so far?
Well, yeah, despite the success recorded so far, there have been a lot of challenges. Of course, the popular saying goes, nothing good comes easy. So, yeah, the success has come with a lot of challenges, but the challenges are surmountable. The challenges are challenges that are within reasonable human realm. Largely leadership, determination, and dedication is all that is required. And then all other issues, maybe lack of sufficient logistics, lack of maybe enough funding and whatever, a lot of challenges. There are so many challenges, of course, but like I said, yeah, nothing good comes easy. And the leadership we are having in NDLEA now is our greatest asset.
And that is highly demonstrated, Mr. Gadzama. I must admit to that. But there has been different opinions as to why this trafficking, talking about illicit drugs, persists despite efforts. We've even seen the war against drug abuse. That's the WADA campaign. But from the agency's perspective, tell us, why does this trend keeps burning?
Well, you know, Ruth, I must be very honest with you. Crime is part of human society. And no matter how hard we try, there will always be some, I don't know what would be the right word I would use for miscreants. I don't know, maybe not the right word, but there will always be people who will deviance, maybe that's the right word. There will always be deviance. For the right or the wrong reasons, we don't know. But there will always be deviance. So, largely, the whole essence of crime fight and crime prevention is to bring it down to barest minimum. But I'm not sure there is any country that has, or any region on the world that has succeeded in complete elimination of crime. There is no such human community or society that we know of. So our effort is to achieve bringing crime to the barest minimum. But no matter how hard you try, you will always have people who will want to, you know, deviate from the norm. Yeah. We want to live in peace. They will tell you, oh, that's not their goal. Or maybe they want to experiment with certain crazy things that comes into their head. And that is where drugs comes in. Because drug will give you some funny, crazy ideas. Yeah, so, and then you begin to think that, okay, this is not the perfect world. There is something that is better than where we are living now. So this is the essence. That is why we talk and we tell people that we really need to fight drugs. Because drugs give people some kind of ideas of perfection that does not even exist. Utopianism. That's what they call it.
Okay, and we have seen seizures, arrest, destruction of cannabis, hectares of cannabis plantation. I'm sure that is largely connected to interagency collaboration, which is very critical because, of course, there are concerns based on reports that the port borders, talking about Nigeria's borders, are porous, and then the ports, talking about the land, the sea, the air. What is the level of synergy with other security agencies?
Okay, I can tell you, Ruth, that as it is today, NDLEA has an excellent synergy with all the security agencies and with the military as well. And you know, there is this very popular adage that the taste of the pudding is in the eating. And those of you journalists out there and the members of the public will be able to know whether what I'm saying is true or not. But the point is, in fact, I think on the 27th 27th of last month, you saw the handing over of exhibit by customs to NDLEA.
We saw that in the report.
Very huge quantity that runs over 20 tons, handed over by customs to NDLEA. Cannabis, codeine, and so on and so forth that you saw. And then several other exhibits seized by other agencies of government handed over to NDLEA. And when I say the taste of the pudding is in the eating is, okay, what you see is what is likely you will believe. So it's not just about, okay, I want to tell you or tell the members of the public or the Nigerians listening to me that, okay, there is synergy. Before I came on this program, you listened to our commander in Lagos, and you heard what he said. Yeah. And the handing over by the customs was taken over by me on behalf of the chairman, chief executive of NDLEA. And I have been in Apapa before my appointment as the director of Operation and General Investigation. We have worked, okay, with the controller in Apapa, and they have handed over so many containers of illicit drugs seized by the customs to the NDLEA. Police, army, even civil defense, in fact, to shock you, even vigilante. Even vigilante now will seize drug and hand over to NDLEA. And I can assure you that this is largely because of the confidence level that all the agencies now have in NDLEA. Once they know that, yes, NDLEA will be able to deal with this case judiciously, nobody will hesitate. And that is what we are enjoying. And that is what good leadership can bring to any agency, organization, or a country. So I can assure you that we have very good synergy. That does not mean to say that there is no room for improvement. There are rooms for improvement, but the synergy at the level at which we are, I can assure you, we have good synergy.
Mr. Gadzama, we'll pick up with this conversation. We have to go on another break, so please stay tuned. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, no.
Unlimited.
Life Me Furniture is giving a discount up to 75% on their products. Wow! The more furniture I buy, the more free furniture I get. Life Made Christmas promo starts from November 3rd, 2023 to December 31st, 2023.
Life Mate. Your life mate forever.
3 emerging artists, 4 mega producers, 3 record deals with Empire. Do you have what it takes?
So if you want to take your craft to the next level,
grab your front row seat to the Pepsi Music Academy.
This one is for the entire music ecosystem.
Wherever you find yourself in the music spectrum, this is for you.
Pepsi Music Academy, in partnership with Empire, is Nigeria's confirmed music development program, created to discover, train, and showcase talent. Scan the QR code on any of our cool interactive Pepsi bottles, or visit www.pepsimusicacademy.ng to register for free and stand a chance to kickstart your music career with a 2-year record deal with Empire. Follow Pepsi_Naija on all social media platforms for more. Pepsi Music Academy. Stardom begins here. Pepsi. Thirsty for more.
Hi. You don't know when you have bacteria breath, and bacteria may be the cause of it. Don't let bacteria breath get all the attention. Use Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Close-Up helps get rid of bacteria breath.
You will do well.
Thank you, Granny.
Just make sure you work very hard. So, what do you think, sir?
I like it. Well, what did the bank say? The bank said they need about 48 hours, sir. I'll transfer the 20 million myself.
The money's in. Pay the transport company. We need materials on site yesterday.
Let's go.
Fill them up! And let's call our people while we're at it.
Introducing Money Master and Money Master G-Collar, the quicker and more dependable way to master your money. I think you deserve a raise. Dial star 995 hash to send, receive, pay, and save, all from the comfort of your own phone. Money Master, the easy way to master your money.
I miss them. Will it feel like it used to? With everyone so busy these days.
It will be fine.
Suddenly, she passes right.
Oh, yeah, line up! Single file!
Grandpa, what was Grandma like?
She always found ways to bring us all together.
We are passionate about two things in Nigeria. The first is football. The second is our rice. And nobody celebrates like a Nigerian. So, for every goal scored, every mark made, you can be sure to always come back home to rice. Celebrate with Nigerian Premium Big Bull Rice, homegrown just like you. Big Bull Rice, tasty rice, nourished you.
Welcome back. We're still talking, checkmating illicit drugs trafficking in Nigeria. Mr. Samuel Gadzama is our guest. Mr. Gadzama, before we took the break, you shared with us interagencies collaboration, but let's also look at transit and destinations countries, talking about collaboration again, enhancing capacity for the agency in terms of strategic operations is very crucial. What's the synergy or what's positive message is the agency getting from the international community?
Okay, thank you and welcome back, viewers. We are getting very good cooperation from our international collaborators. Ruth, you will agree with me that I've tried to say this on some few occasions. Nobody can clap with one hand. Nobody. No matter how skillful you are at clapping, you cannot clap with one hand. So, and no matter how strong one of the hands are, you will still need at least the weaker hand to join to the stronger hand so you can clap well. So I'm only saying this to underscore the importance of collaboration. And this collaboration, whether it is nationally or internationally, within Nigeria, between NDLEA and all the other security agencies and ministries and departments. Because the way the NDLEA functions is such that you cannot limit and restrict our function to security agencies, ministries, departments, and other government agencies are part and partners of what we do. So we are very conscious of that, and we have factored that in, especially with the coming on board of General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired. We have factored that in. And our international collaborators have also responded positively. They have been coming and then working with us, both in terms of training, in terms of interdiction, and so many other areas of our work. So collaboration, I can tell you, for example, now we have...
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, complete your thoughts.
Okay.
Very briefly.
No, what I was going to tell you to underscore the fact that, yes, we've been having excellent collaboration and cooperation with our international counterparts.
Okay.
Because that was the question he asked.
Yes, and the president has expressed commitment to support the agency whichever way possible. Now, the war against drug abuse has come to stay, but what hope are you giving Nigerians going forward? Very briefly, Mr. Gadzama.
Yeah, the hope we can give Nigerians is the fact that we have been able to identify that, yes, drug problem, drug trafficking, drug abuse is the common denominator. You can find it anywhere. If you are talking of banditry now, for example, or kidnapping for ransom, you may be able to say, okay, it's regionalized. If you are talking about, what do you call it, piracy, you can say it belongs, it's not a problem of a particular region of Nigeria. If you are talking of maybe bunkering, for example, as a crime, you can say it's a problem for a particular region or in Nigeria. But drug, once you mention drug, no region is excluded. No region, all regions. That's what drug trafficking is a problem that is facing not just Nigeria, but the entire world.
Indeed, Mr. Gadzama, and I'm sure the goal is to get these drug peddlers, rid of the market. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Gadzama. He's the Director of Operations and General Investigation, NDLEA. Thank you so much for your time on the news.
Thank you.
Right. We'll take another break. We're back shortly. Stay tuned.
New is about to hit your imagination of TV. A brand new sundial with StarTime's inbuilt technology. New TV innovation with an inbuilt decoder that connects you to both StarTime's antenna and satellite signal. StarTime Sundial TV, you can enjoy over 300 local and international channels, 1 month StarTime's highest bouquet for free, automatic system update. More benefits, more affordable. StarTimes Sundial TV is available in all StarTimes branches and dealers countrywide. StarTimes Inside, entertainment inbuilt.
Oh well, start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Krima.
Even when you need to clear your eyes.
Kivo Krima.
Or when you need to have the break time.
Kivo Krima.
If not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
Good time moments with Kivo Krima.
Kivo Krima.
If not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo. I miss them. Will it feel like it used to? With everyone so busy these days.
It will be fine.
Suddenly, she passes right.
Oh, yeah, line up. Single file.
Grandpa, what was Grandma like?
She always found ways to bring us all together.
What did they give you joy this holiday?
Better jollof for fire. Now that one they give me joy.
Me, as I deal with my correct customer, they watch correct African magic film.
My joy is when I'm on holiday and getting my favorite gifts.
Popsy, you know, send football they bring to your pass. Yes.
Our joy, not my joy.
Yes, so now all-round joy with better Naija shows, Premier League football, kids shows, and plenty more. Sharply recharge your Go TV today and enjoy this holiday. Go TV, love it.
Welcome back. Up next is Sports Update.
Ethiopian Aftamu Abadi has emerged winner of the second edition of ECOWAS Abuja International Half Marathon in Abuja with a time of 1 hour 4 minutes 3 seconds ahead of a field of over 2,000 athletes, while his compatriot Aberash Minesebel emerged winner in the female category of the half marathon event.
I'm so happy for the winner this race. And first of all, I would like to say thank you for Abuja society, and
there's need to give it that publicity, that visibility for what ECOWAS is doing across the region. And one of the channels to achieve that is the marathon.
Team Bayelsa State, champions of the 2023 National Para Games in Abuja, are still in the euphoria, assuring of challenging to win the 2024 National Sports Festival in Ogun State.
It prides itself in putting maximum effort in our athletes.
Team Bayelsa won 33 gold, 24 silver and 20 bronze medals to emerge champions ahead of teams Abia and Kano States. Elsewhere, Team Naval Dockyard are champions of the maiden edition of the Admiral Superintendent's Volleyball Championship in Lagos after they defeated Western Naval Command 3-2.
Very strong volleyball playing community in the Navy. So it's not surprising that we have this kind of activities coming up here.
Meanwhile, on March Day 14 of the Nigeria Premier Football League, Bendel Insurance suffered a 1-0 loss to Katsina United, and in the English Premier League, defending champions Manchester City blew away a 2-goal lead in a dramatic 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium, while Chelsea are back to winning ways with a 2-0 victory over Sheffield United, and Newcastle United beat Fulham 3-0. With sports updates, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu sympathizes with the ruling Sabah family, the government and the people of the state of Kuwait over the passing of the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmad Al-Sabah. Applauding the achievements of the late Emir in such a short time, President Tinubu describes the monarch as a man of great compassion, peace and mercy, who granted amnesty to political prisoners and dissidents, fashioning a progressive and stable state. In a statement through his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ingilali, the president condoles with the ruling house of Sabah and all those who mourn this painful loss, while praying to Almighty Allah to show the Emir mercy and grant him a place in Al-Jannah Firdaus. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also sympathizes with the government and the people of Borno State over the passing of the Waziri of Borno, Mustafa Mukhtar. The Waziri, who served as the Prime Minister of Borno and Chief Advisor to the Shehu of Borno, died on Saturday. The president also condoles with the Shehu of Borno, Alhaji Abubakar Ibn Umar Garba Al-Amin El-Kanemi, over the death of his close lieutenant and senior palace official, and prays for the repose of the soul of the dearly departed and comfort for those who mourn. President Bola Tinubu has expressed grief over the passing of ace broadcaster Kabiru Usman Fagi, who died on Friday in the United States of America. Fagi, aged 77, was an enduring name across the Hausa-speaking world for his long career with the Hausa service of the Voice of America. In a condolence message by his spokesperson, Ajuri Ingilale, President Tinubu lauded the contributions of the deceased to nation building, particularly his sensitization on education through the well-known weekly education program he anchored. He condoles with the family of the deceased, the government and the people of Kano State, as well as the Nigerian journalism community over the loss. All right, let's take weather update for tomorrow.
Welcome. As we continue to observe significant improvement in horizontal visibilities, going into Sunday, most parts of the northern cities would have good visibility in hazy atmosphere, while the central cities are expected to experience slight dust haze. Moderate dust haze is expected to affect cities within the inland cities of the south down to the coastal region, with horizontal visibilities ranging between 2 to 5 kilometers. This air quality index shows that the quality of air is unhealthy over most cities within the country, except for Katsina and Kano, where moderate air quality is expected. I remain Joyce Ogunleye. Join us again.
And that concludes Weekend File. Thank you very much for your company. Do have a good night rest. I'm Ruth Aguela. Bye.